Okay, let's do this. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, scrub forward as always until stuff starts happening. We'll let people wander in here and we'll hopefully do something worthwhile. And if we don't, that's good too. Hey, Barbara, get on in here. Let's start doing something. Hey, Terry. Terry, that elf on a shelf was so freaking cute. Now I want to draw an elf on the shelf and make him do mischievous stuff. Hi, Kitty Jen. Okay, you guys, the Scavvy Hunt list, I think, is complete. I'm not going to read it off today, but I used a bunch of you guys' suggestions and obviously some from past years just because they're just good. I mean, using the stuff that you have. So, hi, Kat. Because that's kind of my goal is I don't want you to have to go out and buy stuff. Hi, Missy. Hi, Vale. So, but I also put a couple things on there to try something new. Hi, Ruth. So I don't know. I hope it works out. And I hope it's not just a repeat of last year. I don't think it is. One thing I did change. I was thinking when I was doing this, because I told you guys that I was going to do a circus theme this time, but there wasn't specific things like the children's books or the games or stuff like that. So I decided rather than picking your theme, you're going to have to pick your own if you want to. And if you don't, oh, well, that's just one of the ones you don't complete. But you only have to complete 90 of them. So number one on the list is pick your theme. I'm still going to do circus. Hi, CB. And then I did put something circus on it. So if you had collected circus stuff, you'll still get to use it. But yeah, I think you're going to be able to pick your own theme. And I hope you guys like that idea because I thought, well, that's not fair that because I'm excited to do something circus that you guys have to do it too. Yeah, pick your theme, pick your nose. Or you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. What's that saying? Anyway, so hopefully there's the list. Okay, Vale's doing circus too. I figured some of you probably would because I think it sounds like a fun theme, even if it's just your backgrounds or something like that, I think it could be a really fun one. Okay, Terry Brett's sticking with circus. So you've already got one prompt done, you guys. You've got two because one of them is something circus. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. I mean, I just decided, yeah, I shouldn't probably do that to you guys. So there we go. And there's a couple that I think are going to be a little tricky. But it'll hopefully kind of push you into doing something different. And I hope to God Denise likes it. I'm so stressed that Denise isn't going to love it. Hi, Rachel. Just got back from the pub. You know how to live, girl. I can't go to the pub at noon. I suppose I could, but I don't know. I hope she likes it, Dee Dee. A lot of it is exact repeat from last year. So, well, I don't want to, yeah, because I tend to use the same things, washi tape, candy wrappers, veggie stickers. I think those are things that you can collect up. And then, your challenge is to find a unique and fun way to use them. So hopefully I've got it pretty much hammered down so that tomorrow night, when I stream, I'll naturally go over the list. And then, like I do every year, I'm going to create my journal because I always create it from scratch. So, but anyway, while I was thinking about that, I had gotten out all the old scavenger hunt books. And I think this is the 8th year, but I'm not really certain. I think this was my very first scavenger hunt journal. I'm just going to flip through it really quick. I haven't looked at it yet, so I just grabbed it. But this one is, let's see, from 2018. And I had handwritten that. I don't know how I got it to you guys. I like Google Docs because you can go get it as many times as you want. You're looking forward? Me too. So, and that I think is from Ange, but I don't know. Look at how fun. I may reuse that button. I like that monkey button. It shouldn't sit in this book for the rest of its life, should it? Hey, Bossy Butt. That's a real flower. If you want to see 48 and 49 again, send art supplies to Monkey Island. Because I left 48 and 49 off the list. I want to see how good you guys were paying attention. Hi, Barbara Clark. Hope I didn't miss anybody coming in. This was a cupcake paper. I do remember that. Some of this is just fun. And back then, I used to make you guys go out in the wild world and collect stuff. I pretty much have eliminated that because I know some of you have difficulty going out in the world and collecting stuff. And COVID really changed that. So here's my Mary. I have shown this not very long ago because that's my little Mary. And me and Mary. God, I miss her. I must have shown this recently because that picture. Oh, okay, I did because of this in honor of Denise. Okay, that's why everything looks so familiar. I was going to say, I haven't looked at this recently. Okay, well, then we'll just flip through it. Ah, little monster book. So hopefully you'll come up with some really cool stuff. Looks a mess, but I know it was fun. I made you do your family tree that year. And actually, I did something else with your ancestors this year. The Queen, my idol, the Queen. And then Page of Blue, fortune cookies. Okay. So, yeah. Happiness. So get ready. And something, I don't know if it's a scavenger hunt book. Something smells really good. Maybe it's me. Hi, Lindy. All right. And then, oops, I just dropped it on the floor. Dee Dee wanted me to show my Pantone cards because she mentioned them the other day. And I actually thought about doing a Pantone card today. But then I saw this thing on YouTube and I thought, nope, I'm going to try that. Let me move some of my junk here. I got too much junk. Put this over there. All right, there. There's going to be a bad glare, but I'll try and tip it so you can't. Hi, Belinda. Anybody I missed coming in? I really do want to do more of these, but for this next few months, I'm going to be busy. There's a But on Things. But on Things is on the list in case you're wondering. You will have to put a but on something. So there's an idea for you. I love these. I might do another one of these because the background doesn't matter, but I do love John the Lace. And this reminds me of my mom. She was a shell collector. Minion. That reminds me of CB. Water droplet on a leaf. Duck butts or geese butts. I don't know. Devin made me do that. Hey, View. I love this one too. This was fun to do. And decorated letters. Thanks, Tori. Yeah, I do like a reverse, like, yeah. Like this one, the card was orange, and so I painted everything else out of it. There's a butt on things. You could draw a worm with a butt on it. You could, just saying, there's a butt on your cereal. There's a butt on an eggplant. Can you believe that? And the whole butts on things is Devin's fault. I like the little gnome. Pink Panther. And this was out of the Helen Elliston book. I found another one of those. I guess I drew it twice. I hate it when they get goofed up and go out of their place. Ugh. And the cherries came out really good. Galena, hi. Man, haven't seen you in forever. And then this was my most recent one, was the succulent plants. And the best thing about this whole thing, I have a plant. That is a drawing of a plant that I have. The best thing about this whole flipping thing is the pot. I got the pot perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then this was, I think, out of Helen Elliston's book too. But I have a piggy bank just like that. And then this was also out of Helen Elliston's book. And look at, there's butts on things. What's a butt? Nice butt. I like big butts and I cannot lie. So yeah, you came to the right place. Thanks, Lindy. So that's all. I need to do more. Oh, and I've got some watercolor back here. Well, look at that. I want to get back to this book. This is, oh, what's her name? I have so many. I'm busy. Divorce should be finalized on the 13th. Baby, other kids and work keeping me busy. Good, Galena. I'm glad everything's going good. Isoldo Designs. Oh my God, why can't I think of stuff? Yeah, so they're just thrown back in here. But I want to do more out of her book. And she has more products coming out. Thank you, Bossy. It finally came to me. There's 3 artists on Instagram that I particularly like. She's one of them. And her name is Kate Leach, I think. But Isoldo Designs is how you'll find her. And then The Oblivious Mind. And then Crack Art Girl, Louise Browning. But I can't think of her name right now either. But I know her name is Louise. Yeah, that is the abstract watercolor book, Barbara. So good. Oh, you got the abstract watercolor book for Christmas. Have you messed in it yet, Vale? Of course, it's been 4 days or so since Christmas. I got to art one day since Christmas. I mean, I got up in the morning and just thought, I'm not doing anything. Kate Rebecca Leach, exactly. Yeah, you got the Isoldo book too for Christmas. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. One thing about that book is she does good technique in it, but there's something so just yummy about her color choice and how she uses them. And so, yeah, I use the book, enabled by the Janet Club. So I did get to art one day since Christmas, and I don't know what I did the other days. I might have arted. But I went back to my passport journal because I'm just so in love with this. So different than what I normally do. So yeah. So I already sent it to Dee Dee. The most recent one I finished was Mexico. So this is a Mexico page. And I've been to Mexico, but just right down here along the border, where probably most of us have been. But I've never been down in the interior, but I think I would really love to. Thanks, CB. Um, but yeah, I have to say I've learned so much. Um, just doing the research, reading about it. I know altitudes. Like I know the altitude of Mount Fiji now. Who would have ever thought to look up the altitude of Mount Fiji? And I grew up in Colorado where there are peaks. That's probably why it looks weird. 14,000 plus feet. It's going to be a great book when it's done. Show all the countries. Okay. It just starts out with a bunch of travel stickers and just different stuff that I've collected up. My favorite thing is this passport insert that is silly monkey. And then that's my photo. It is a geography lesson. So just as I find different things while I'm looking for other stuff, I'll just slap it down here in the front. This was my first one, Jamaica Me Crazy, where I kind of was getting my feet wet, trying to figure out how I wanted to approach it. Obviously, the country's flower, bird, animal, whatever, flag, I'm going to try and incorporate on all the pages, and then whatever else I can find specific to that country. And what made me decide to do this was Terry Brett, in one of the envelopes, is cool stuff that she sent me or sends me periodically. She sent me these immigration stickers. And I thought, I want to do something with them. And so that's what kind of pushed me to do a passport journal. Then I found this in my stash. So I tore the whole book apart and just used this portion of it and the page there. And then when I was out searching for stuff about Jamaica, which I would love to go to Jamaica. I've been to St. Martin's, and I think Jamaica would be an incredibly interesting place. And I watch a YouTuber who is from Jamaica, interesting woman. And the things she talks about Jamaica and stuff, just it makes me want to go there and see it all firsthand. But when, in my research, I figured out, and that's when I used a sticker of me going, what? That there is a monkey island in Jamaica, also known as Palu Island off the coast of Portland Parish. Monkeys once lived on the island. No monkeys reside there now. It's like home away from home. So who would have thought that Jamaica has a monkey island? We don't have monkeys on my monkey island either. So I could add more to this page, but I kind of like the simplicity. This was Guatemala. Never been to Guatemala, knew nothing about Guatemala. If you'd asked me one question about Guatemala, I'd have said, beats me. I don't know. You probably know more than I know. But at least now I know more, and I watched a couple of really cool videos of people who had gone down there, and we're going to take a hike. It's like a tour. They do tours of the active volcanoes. I didn't even know there was active volcanoes because I'm that big a dumbass. And but it is an active volcano near Antigua, and it's part of the Sierra Madre range, and it's 13,000 feet in elevation, and it spews smoke all the time. I mean, it's just, and a lot of times you can't see the top of it because it's in the clouds. And then, of course, their textiles are so rich. And they do this on a backstrap loom where they actually use their bodies and tie the strings to something else, and their body is the actual loom, which I think is really interesting and cool. And you'd think in this day and age that they were ordering this crap from China like we do, but they don't. They actually really make this stuff themselves. You've been to Guatemala once? Back in the 70s, they turned the streets off. They turned the lights off at 10 p.m. That's what we need to do around here. Lights off, everybody home, get your ass in bed. So anyway, their flower is an orchid, and their bird, which I think he is adorable. I love him. And the birds and the flowers I'm drawing myself, even though I could go get a book and probably cut it out, because I have the Audubon book, I have the flower books. I'm trying to make myself draw at least that portion of it. And then this is a famous arch that looks out at a volcano. Perspective on it is a little iffy, but it is what it is. And then I got the idea to start including the map shape of the country, and then went shopping. And that's when we got in trouble. This I took out of my atlas. Of all the places I've been the most in my life is next to the United States is Canada. My dad loved Canada. We went there all the time. It's got a little mushroom there because I did not know, but I learned that Canada exports mushrooms. So, yeah. And that's when I ordered some of this other stuff, you know, like the Canada flag and stuff like that. And then some brilliant person in freaking chat told me to use these flag pins for all the different places I'd been, which I loved. And yeah. Yep. Oh, Canada. I don't think you're ever going to be our 51st state, but I'd be okay with it if you were, if you kept, well, if we sent Justin Trudeau to Greenland, you could be my fellow Americans. Now I'm just pissing off Canadians. So, but thanks to Terry Brett for sending me these cool stickers, which kind of made me get off my butt and do something. I like this page. Dee Dee made me do this, and I'm so happy. She said, you got to have a hen a hand. So, but I already had the page all laid out, so I just did it as a tip in. So that just flips down. And their national bird is a peacock, which I had fun doing this page. This was such a fun page. And I like the way my langur, that's a monkey, came out. Doesn't he look all pissed off? Put Justin Trudeau on a floating iceberg. I wouldn't blame you if you did. Thank you, Dee Dee. Yeah, thanks to Terry for sure. And then obviously, probably if anybody was asked, what do you think of if I say India? First thing anybody would say probably is the Taj Mahal. And I had a book that had this awesome page in it. So I like the reflection. I wish I could draw that and paint that. And maybe someday I should try just to do it to see how close I could come. Hi, Jeannie. You can be late. It's okay. We're not doing anything except blowing off time. So, but this was the sticker from Terry. And doesn't the map of India look like an elephant? It really does. So I like the India page. And lo and behold, I had India washi of all the things to have in your stash. India washi. Go figure. France. I like this. I like the page. I had hundreds of Eiffel Towers, hundreds. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I tried not to overdo it with the Eiffel Tower thing, but yeah. But I would like to go to France just to see some of these crazy landmarks. And another thing I don't think Americans who have never really left America appreciate is the age of the things in Europe. Yeah, like 200 years to them is recent history, and that's almost our entire history. So, yeah. I like the way my rooster turned out, the iris. So, yeah. But I like having, you know, a place to draw, to slap stuff down. I'm not sure that the continuity of the pages is real great, but yeah, I'm using my stuff, so I'm cool. It's all good. And I'm digging into my stash. And this one you guys haven't seen yet. This is Mexico. I hate the flower, but when I showed it to Dee Dee, she said, oh, the flower came out so good. I didn't like the flower, but I wanted it to be red because I knew I was going to use this. I was going to draw Frida. And then I remembered I had one of Z's business cards, and I've always, always loved her drawing of Frida. So I'm really glad I got to put Z's Frida in my book, and it's better than anything I could have done. I'm not that great at people, not interested in drawing people. But I thought, well, Frida was known for her self-portraits. And I thought if she could spend a lifetime drawing herself, I could try once. But I did a couple portraits, and thanks to Dee Dee, they came out halfway decent. Another thing I like about this page is the Mexican blanket over here that I drew. So, yeah. So that's Mexico. And probably Mexico is best known for its vacation tourism spots because they have the most amazing beaches over on Gulf of Mexico, and then they've got this entire coast, you know. So yeah, dude, I'm sure you could find tons to do in Mexico. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I have started the next page, and who knows when I'm going to get it done, because this Thursday my granddaughter's coming. She's staying 10 days. And then my son is coming, and they're going to overlap, I think, for a day. And then he's going hunting. His girlfriend's staying here. So I probably won't have anybody. I mean, I won't have any time really to do much real arting until the middle of the month. Ugh. Oh. And the next page, and I am gluing 2 pages together. So if this bleeds through, I don't care, because when I finish this page, I'll glue it together, and it's making really nice sturdy pages. Hi, Charmaine. The next place I'm doing, and this is how I gather up all my junk, is Japan. And so I found a map of Japan. The maps are going to be tricky because I'm just finding them in stuff that I have around here. So I don't know, but I like having the maps. And I did do the cherry blossom yesterday because I knew I was going to include that no matter what. Yeah, I'm not really doing much about the scavenger hunt, but I'll go over it quickly. Yeah, the list will come out tomorrow night during my stream. And then I have drawn, I don't think you can see, but their bird is a green pheasant, Japan's is. And then, of course, if you think of Japan, you think of koi fish. So I drew a koi fish up here that I'll be coloring, and then a pheasant down here. But I had to do the cherry blossom right away. So, yeah. And it is the land of the rising sun. And that their flag, I just drew that real quick. And then I did not draw that. That is actually a stamp that my mother had. I have a couple more of them, and I may put them in there. One is like prosperity. This is longevity. And I think the other one is happiness. So, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the cherry blossoms. I think they came out really good. And I'm not sure how I'm going to go ahead and finish out the page, but yeah. And here's Mount Fiji, 13,000 feet. And then whatever fun stuff I've collected up so far. So that's what I've been doing, working on. I did not finish the December challenge for Art Salute Beginner as the other artist that I couldn't think of. For whatever reason, it just did not capture me in December. And then that damn Dee Dee, I think one of the gifts Denise got her in her daily bags for December was these Crayola markers. And I need more Crayola markers. Like, I need another hole in my head. But I did go ahead and order them. 2 colors. I like the tin, but there's 2 colors on each end. And they're definitely not super tips, but like every other Crayola product, I would say that you get a lot of bang for your buck. you know. And this was the swatch card that I did on them. Yeah, they'll be useful, you know. And the nice thing about Crayola is you don't have to treat them so precious because you didn't put any money in them, right? Dee Dee did it. Yep, that damn Dee Dee does it to me every time. I am still resisting the grabby acrylic markers, though. I have not ordered those. I have a set that I don't use that much. Ugh. I have some of them, Missy. Ohuhu alcohol markers. Got a whole bunch of them. I'd say if you're up in the air about still resisting the color cubes as well, because the back of my toilet is full. I would say if you're shopping around and wonder about whether or not the Ohuhus are good, I would recommend them. For the price, they are incredibly good. I mean, you get, and the thing I like about Ohuhu, which you're not going to find in other makes, hi Anne, is that you can get the brush tip on one end. Dee Dee drove me crazy until I ordered these. And then you can get the fine nib. I had another set of Ohuhus that were the fine tip on one end and then the broad on the other. Let me see. Maybe I can grab one here. Yeah, they had the broad nib on the other end. These to me were far yet less user-friendly. Now they've lasted a long time. And this is not Ohuhu, but the Ohuhus used to be just like these. These are just so user-friendly, in my opinion, with the brush and the fine tip. So when you're shopping, if that appeals to you, I would say shop until you find the brush and the fine. And you're going to have to go through a mountain of them because every Chinese company in the world makes them. It's probably one company by a bunch of different names, to be honest. But the reason I bought these, love these, use these, is two reasons. The brush and the fine tip, and putting this build right behind me where they're right at my fingertips. If you keep them in their original containers and put them in a cupboard or on a shelf or whatever, the chances of you using them are less likely than if you have the build right in front of your face. Dee Dee's build is, honest to God, probably one of the best things I've ever done for craft storage, availability, and user friendliness. I would say make yourself a build somewhere close to where you're at, where you can just reach out and grab the markers and pens that you want. It makes all the difference. The nice thing about them too, the build, is that your stuff is stored horizontally. Chisel and fine. Now, Missy, that's what I'm telling you. Do you like that chisel nib? Here's one of the older Ohuhus. Yeah. Or no, Hoo-Hoo. But I think they're the same thing. This is a chisel nib. I did not find it all that friendly. Thanks, Barbara. But 80 for $31.99 that's a good price. That's a really good price. And the thing I've been using and I love the alcohol markers for. Now this one is watercolor, but I did finally finish this last week, you guys. I never posted it, but I did finish it. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, I got this done. I like doing this stone art with the alcohol markers, but you can use it for anything, you know. But just remember, this is on watercolor paper. Well, that was watercolor anyway, but alcohol markers will go through most papers, so keep that in mind when you're using them. But yeah, everybody needs a good set of alcohol markers, in my opinion. But I have you buy everything. So yeah, got this done. I like the way it turns out. Absolutely useless piece of paper sitting around the house, but what the hell, I enjoyed doing it. I enjoy doing all my stuff, and then it goes in a book, and then we go on to something else, and that's good too. So I did manage to get some watercolor paper cut so I could try this. Now, this is new to me, okay, what I'm going to do. So if I have flub ups and problems, oh well, hopefully you won't do the same dumb stuff I do. But I'm going to use the Taylor's Chalk watercolor that Dee Dee sent me for my birthday. Was this for my birthday? I think it was for my birthday. Because I like the colors, and I think the colors will work well for what I'm wanting to do. You're looking at these, the Taylor's Chalk. I hate to say buy them, but I would recommend them. I really would. Where's my paintbrush that I want? This one will work. Because I'm not going to do, well, that one's really big. Oh, well, what the hell? We're going to use it anyway. Hi, Judio. You like this stone picture? Thank you. Yeah, skimming stones. No worries, Angie. You're on the phone with the cable company, giving them a piece of your mind. That's what I'm talking about. Start the new year right. Start out bitching about the things you don't like in life, because that's what we all should do more of. Hey, Raul, and I have not talked about it yet, but since Raul walked in, Raul is hosting the New Year's Eve Streamathon, and I'm going to go over here real quick and get the link for you guys. It starts tomorrow morning. I think at 8:45. I'll find out right now. But if you go to Raul Reynolds Drawing, on his community tab is the schedule for the New Year's Eve Streamathon. Oh, what the heck? I don't want all that crap. What the heck? So let me put it in here. But it is on Raul's community tab, so you can go over and check it. And I think it starts tomorrow at 8:45 in the morning. Yeah, 8:45 Eastern time, you guys. All these times are Eastern. So tomorrow morning, be at Raul's at 8:45 to 9 o'clock, and he'll do like an introduction. And then it starts with Chris, Kathy Berg, and goes on from there. I will be on midnight to 2 a.m., which is actually 11 to 1 a.m. my time. And then I have to be at Dee Dee's like early, but that's okay. That is when I will launch the, now how do I get rid of this crap on my screen? There we go. That is when, okay, I can't do it right now, Devin, but I will absolutely mod you, and I might mod Kat as well. But yeah, the Scavvy. Denise named it the Scavvy. I will go ahead and release the list and a link to the list tomorrow evening, right before I go on at midnight. But the very first prompt I'm going to tell you is pick your own theme, because I was going to do circus, but decided that y'all should be able to decide your own theme. And then one of the prompts is also a page of circus. So you're going to do circus whether you want to or not. How you like that? Because I learned everything I know from Bossy Butt. So, yeah. So go over and check out the schedule for this New Year's Eve Streamathon. Raul, I'm going to do my best to be there tomorrow. I have a few things I need to do to get ready for company. I have no groceries, I mean, except what's left over from Christmas. So, yeah. I got a lot to do before Thursday. Any questions, you guys? All right, so I think for what I'm planning on doing, anyway, somebody said that I think they were talking about, oh, today is Dr. Dots. Yeah, she occasionally pops in over here. but somebody said that they were maybe thinking about buying these paints. I love them. Watch when I get a little bit of water on there. Look at how they re-wet, you guys. Like, it's like they're just oozing pigment. So, yeah, if you're having any idea about whether or not you want these paints, now the selection of colors is very limited. It's this set of 6 that Dee Dee sent me. And you can look them up by Art Graph, Taylor Chalk, Watercolor Taylor Chalk. They are just, they're so yummy. So I would recommend them, but you have to remember that the color selection is very limited. And you better get ready to have dirty, dirty, dirty rinse water. Okay, so I did the sepia. I think I'm going to do these top 3 colors. Ochre, look at this. Ah, the colors are just so yummy. And there's, I mean, there's a lot here. You like, these will last forever. The red is called sanguine. I think that's how you pronounce it, sanguine. And I'm not going to move these too far. Oh, and then I want to. Dee Dee sent me this set of 6, I think, for my birthday. And then I liked them so much after I used them that I went in search of if there were any more. And the only ones, hi Jolu, the only other ones I found was this set of 3. But these little things are more like the size of real Taylor chalk. Look at the difference in size. Big, big difference in size. So I don't know what that's about, Art Graph. I can't really say it's false advertising because I made assumptions, and you know what the deal is with assumptions. Probably won't need all this pigment, but whatever. All right. I think I can put the, well, no, I'm going to use them in just a minute. So let me just set them aside for a second. And I need a rag is what I need. All right. And I'm going to go directly from the pigment. Move back out a little bit. I know that's one thing I love about the Art Graph, and Dee Dee knew this is why I would love it too, is the cork palette. Lickable. Hi, Ruth Edwards. Okay. Never done this. I've done this with acrylic paints, obviously, but I don't know why I never thought to do it with watercolor. So, got a little blue up there, but I don't care. We'll see how it comes out. I've not done this before. Cool. They really jacked the price. Okay, see, I think when they watch Dee Dee and when she shows something on her channel, they order extra of it and then jack the price up. They weren't cheap to begin with, though. I mean, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. All right, and I chose 4 colors. I think I'm done with the blue for now. And I'm going directly from the paint because I do want this a little thick. I'm not watering this down. And this glass is stained. I don't know what got on it that stained it, but we don't really use it for drinking, so that's why I'm using it for paint. Do I want them touching? You know what? I think I'm going to, okay. See, Barbara, that's why I saw this on some channel. I don't know what, but when I saw the glass, I was just like, oh, I want to do that. Judy, there would be a link for the product. I can go look it up. I really do need to. Dee Dee, can you go look it up and post a link? Your mod, for Pete's sake. I know I don't do much on your channel, but all right. Let's do the brown. Dee Dee will get it. Oh, she's on her iPad. Just go over to Amazon and search for Varco, VARCO, Art Graph, Watercolor, Taylor's Chalk, and it'll come up like in an instant. Now Dee Dee's saying, I'll go on the phone. I made her feel bad. Oh, Dee Dee, I'm sorry if I made you feel bad. All right, I'm thinking. Got 3, so I want 2 more. I want an uneven number because there's something. I'm a mod, but I don't do links. I'm part of the royal family. Oh my God. OMG. Oh, I want to wash this off. I do want, I'm using a rag here. When I go off screen, I'm using a rag to get the paint off the rim. So I get a, untainted color on the glass, because they're probably going to get tainted together later. There was another technique I saw in this same video, and I wish I had written down who it was. I didn't, but I kept thinking about it and thinking about it after I saw it. I need to write stuff down. All right, so I'm going to move this a little bit. And I don't know why I'm pushing so hard. You don't have to push hard. All right. Dee Dee just put a link to something in. I don't know. It might be corn site. Hell, I don't know. And then I think I'll do the last one blue again after I just put those paints aside. And this is a number 12 brush, so it holds a ton of pigment and water. Okay, there. Looks like the Olympic rings, dude. All right, that's about as clean as that's going to get. I won't use it anymore. Trying to get stuff out of my way. These, well, I'm done with these because I got some paint out in my little palette here. I got the 4 colors here. All right, now, well, I've got the blue. I think I will. Okay, I added some more water to this, and the red and the blue mixed over here. I was hoping it was still going to be wet. I like drips. All right, gotta make sure my brush is really clean. And I know there was paint on the table and I just set the back of this down on it. I don't care about that. Oh no, I wanted the ochre. I really want this one to run over here. Getting some little drippage going here. There's really absolutely no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing over here, okay? Just getting some crazy color down. Some of it's going to be wet on wet, some of it's not. It's just turning into a playground for whatever I want to do later. Oh, that's a lot. I got to forget that I'm using this giant brush, dude. With a giant brush, you put down a lot of pigment. There's another technique that I want to try here in a minute. Did somebody get a puppy? My neighbor got a puppy. I may have told you guys. This just cracked me up. She got a puppy. She asked me about what she should name it. And the first choice was Nosy Rosie, I think. And then she wrote me back an hour or so later and says, oh, I have another. Oh, Alyssa got a puppy. Hi, Alyssa. You're so lucky. Lucky duck. Anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of us, Lindy. Would somebody in chat explain the New Year's Eve streamathon? I already put the link in, but there's going to be nonstop streamers all day tomorrow until 2 in the morning Eastern time. And then there's a 6-hour break. And then a bunch of people are going to stream again on Wednesday, back to back until, I don't know, sometime late in the day. Here's the link to the streamathon information over on Raul's channel. And on that are also links to most of the streamers. So if you've never watched them before, it'll get you a link so you know where to go. And then other people will be talking about it. Like at my stream, I'll talk about who's on the following day and their time. So that right there, that link that I just put in is the streamathon schedule. And we've been doing this for a lot of years, you guys. I don't even know how many years we've been doing the streamathon. Does anybody know? It's been a long time. And then another thing, there's 2 things I wanted to do. I don't know how this is going to work. And I don't even know if this cool tool that I made is going to work. But I think I'm going to do single colors at a time, so that I don't get just mud that I'm smushing around. And I thought foil would work because it is non-absorbent. If I splatter directly on the page, what's going to happen is the paper is going to suck it up. You only know Oz a Grand Host. Okay, it's been a lot of years. But you're going to see some good artists, you know, fibs that we've known for years and years. We'll be streaming. So, yeah. All right. And I put some aluminum foil and crinkled it up and put it on a piece of a little bit more sturdy stock so that hopefully I can do some splatters. And I'm doing one color at a time just for the hell of it. And I'm going to transfer it to here. Oh, I hope this works, you guys. Not as well as I hoped. That's okay, though. Maybe a baby wipe would work. Yeah, Painty Girl did it. And, okay. Dee Dee saying 12 years. It's been a lot of years. Mary Autier hosted it 1 year. And a lot of us have done it since the very beginning. I don't know if Dee Dee's on the schedule. She should be. Hi, Carol. Post. Oh, I can hardly wait, Alyssa. Go see the new puppy. Dee Dee and I have done it, I think, pretty much since year 1. Kathy Berg, I'm pretty sure has, or for as long as she's been streaming. Mary Autier has been a regular. I don't know. There's so many different streamers now than there used to be. Okay, this is more blue. What's her name? What's her? Miko? Oh, Miko for sure. Miko for sure. That's right. Queen Pam? I don't know. But literally, we used to stay up. I never stayed up around the clock because, yeah, my body is not made to stay up all night long. Staying up till 2 o'clock. The last time I did that was last New Year's Eve. Being real honest here. I didn't want to do that, but I did it. So, all right. Right now, I'm going to have to work fast. But before I do any more of that, this is why I thought the, all right, let me get some more paint. If I move fast. Okay, that's not so horrible. Okay, the first I did was red. I think the one I haven't done is ochre. I'll try and do it without the aluminum foil. Gotta work fast though. And those splats will be everywhere. They'll be in my bed before I get in there tonight, I'm pretty sure. They have 2 more sets of these. One is monochromatic and one primary colors, 3 count, just in case you want to add to your collection. Okay. I think it's the primary color one that I have, Judy. I have the red, yellow, blue. And the monochromatic, go pay attention to that really carefully, because I think I did look at that. And what I finally ended up thinking about that was, I think it was graphite colors. Go check and make sure. But yeah, I think it was graphite. And so I thought, well, I don't know. And I need more watercolors, you guys. Kind of like I need everything, like a freaking hole in my head. Okay, that worked out somewhat okay. It'll give us places to doodle anyway. Let's see, because I kind of have an idea what I want to do up here. I should have enough water on my brush. And there's enough pigment on those circles where I went directly from the pan to the paper that I can move that pigment if I want. So just heads up. If you want to move it, you could. Where's the blue? I'll go with some darker blue. Oh, my nose is itching. Ah. Okay. Anyway, I was telling you about my neighbor's dog and her name. So she came back later and said that she had another name for the name selection, and it was, I can't remember the first one, but the second one was DOG. And it was DOG. DOG. And I was like, that's the puppy's name, DOG. Carbon black, white, and graphite. That's what I thought, Judy, and that was why I decided I didn't really need that one, because the carbon black is in here. The white in any watercolor is going to be, I just feel like it's going to leave you wanting. It's not going to be opaque and beautiful like you want it to be. And then the graphite, and that may have been the day that I decided to buy that jar of liquid graphite. But you can get graphite in other products. So I just thought, I could live without that. I really could. I could live without it. Okay, I'm not going to do too much more to this, except that did not come out at all like I wanted it to. But live and learn, right? Right? All right, we're going to do some more blue down here. And this could run, run, run. Right now I'm just barely staining the paper. Yeah, not doing what I wanted it to do. Oh well. Live and learn. All right, and then there was one other thing I wanted to try. I'm not sure how I'm going to try it now. All right, we'll do it with the red. What the heck? What did I do with that glass? All right. Because I like the idea of smearage. And this could be epic or this could really suck. Oh, I didn't use that red. Woo, glad I caught myself. You guys, I almost just put this red in there. And it's a whole different red than the sanguine in this set. So, whew. And my guess is you could use as many or as few or as big or as little as circles as you want. I used all the same circles. I thought about switching it up and doing different size circles. And I thought, oh, how much cleanup do you want to do? All right, so I'm going to try and go right over that circle. Oh, like that, like that, like that. Oh, that's what I wish I'd done the first time. Okay, we're going to do that up on the blue one. Yeah, I like that. That's going to help that too. Sweet. Okay, you know what? I know what we're going to do. Since I've still got red up here, I'm going to do half of it. Now I'm getting crazy and I may be really sorry, okay? Just saying. And I'm going to come just on the other side of this circle, put it down, and go the other way. Okay. Cool. Like that. Like it. All right. And then I wasn't really expecting to use, I wanted the circles to be the darkest things, but now I've altered that. So plan B. I need some clean water. But because I'm a thinker, I brought extra clean water over here because I am a thinker who doesn't wash their brush out very well, apparently. Oh my gosh. Oh well. We're going to do, it's still not clean. I'll just go direct on. All right. Can you guys see it moving? Okay. And I have a plan for down here, so yeah, it'll be fine. Now, because I goofed up, I moved the paper into my dirty brush up there. I'm going to do something different there, which I did not intend to do. I have a way that I could, let's go ahead and add some more of the, when you goof up, you got to be inventive about how to fix what you goof up. And I'm really good at it because I do that a lot. Did I say hi, Hermie? We're going to try and make that disappear a little bit. So we'll do the whole see what happened? Sweet. Oh, I don't want it to go inside that circle. So be prepared to sop up any garbage in here that you don't want. Goof ups are opportunities. Oftentimes, Devin, that is what they end up being. All right. All right, let me clean up a little bit of my mess. All right, and I feel like I should do something up in that circle. I really do. Probably one of my favorite colors in that whole set, to be honest, is that sepia. This is a sepia when it's watered down, and I really like that. So, and this is the ochre, which I'm okay with the ochre. Do I want to do that? I'm thinking. Yeah, let's go ahead and repeat it. All right, I need more clean water. I don't have near enough clean water around here. And remember, you guys, I'm just experimenting and playing. I've not done this. Don't know what to expect. Don't know what I'm going to do next. Because that's how I roll. And the thing is, you can't really screw it up because you had no plan to begin with. Look at it, went all the way down in there. Now we're going to get some crazy. All right. All right. That'll be fine. The paint is alive. Thanks, Dale. Hi to anybody who I've missed coming in. And I wanted some white spaces left. So right now I feel like the balance of white is pretty good. I don't like this huge big area, but we'll find a way to deal with that, I think. I think. These are not colors that are going to mix well on the sheet or off the sheet either. So after you get it down, don't monkey with it. Like I wouldn't add anything up here at this point because I just am certain I would end up with mud. So I think I'm going to heat this with a heat gun now. I really would like some more. You know what? No. No, I'm just going to leave it. I was thinking, I could do some more of this kind of smudging down here, which I like a lot. But until I come up with a better technique, I think I better leave well enough alone. What do you think? Yep, I think. And then I think the only other thing I'll do ooh. Didn't mean for that to happen, but now that it did, we're going to work with it. Let's let it drip through the red. Maybe that's what it needed. Because I was actually going to drip it more down this way, but that's okay.
I noticed with this when you need.
Yeah, just set it there. I'll catch it later. I'm just dripping the rest of this paint over here. And I'm going to hit it with a heat gun. Or we're going to leave it just like that. All right, where's my heat gun? Found the cord, which means probably at the end of the cord. Hi, Kristen. All right, heat gun. Your paper will flatten back out if you hit the back with your heat gun while you're drying it. I don't know if you knew that, but I mean, it doesn't flatten it completely, but it flattens it better than it being like a big old roll, right? All right, the colors I think I'm going to be done with for a little while. We'll see. I might have to add more later, but I hope not. But I'll do what I have to do. All right, now let's dig in. This is pretty dry down here. Which pen do I want to use? See, this is the problem. If you got too much of everything, then you got to go, oh, no, now what pen? Oh, what watercolors? Oh, what paper? What do I do now? Because you got too much stuff. If you only got one, you just use what you have, right? All right. I don't know how long it's been. It's been some time back that I did a piece of art from the Oblivious Mind, and it was like where she did the paint scraping and then added pen and ink and stuff on top. And that's kind of this idea, only with it. Mine is not as organized as hers. Like hers is very precise. This is going to be completely not precise, and that's okay. I'm wondering, do I want to use this IdentiPen? Is permanent. It's like a Sharpie. I'll probably use multiple pens, so let's just go with this. And now you just start doodling. And when I'm doing something like this now, I do want permanent. So if I have to come back in with more paint or water or something like that, it won't move. Or even if the paint is damp, it's less likely to feather or create problems for me. That's one thing I like about these Identi-pens. I think I want one going up here. Okay, in your Society of Idea Collector books, you guys need to have a section for doodle collection. Okay? I have entire books dedicated to doodle collection. That is, if you like to doodle. Now it'll get quiet. When I start doodling, it gets quiet. Thank you, Kat. I hope this turns out like I hope. Probably would have been good if I'd have taken some time yesterday and sat down and actually did it. But I really did just not have time yesterday. And I'm going to have to go into town and fight with icky people here before Thursday. I could wait, though. No, there's too much stuff I need. I'm going to say I could wait until Courtney gets here and then make her go with me, which we're going to have to go back for her anyway, because since the last time she was here, she's found out that she is gluten intolerant. I have never met anybody or had to feed anybody who's gluten intolerant. So, yeah. She said, don't worry, I'll bring snacks and stuff for myself. I was just like, we can go and get you what you need, but I don't want to kill you. You know, hi, Marguerite. Yeah. I really don't want to kill her, so, and I don't really want to make her sick either, but I definitely don't want to kill her. So, when you come to my house, be prepared to eat junk, for Pete's sake. But I know it's hard for the people that are going somewhere too, you know, because when you go visit somebody, you do kind of lose control. Poor Jen. Reminds me of when Jen, Osgran Jen, came to the States, and she stayed with a bunch of us. She stayed with me a couple of days. And I didn't know what Aussies eat. My granddaughter is coming to visit Thursday, and she's staying for about 10 days. And then while she's here, her dad and his girlfriend are also coming, and they'll overlap for one day. Yeah. I like that. That came out Vegemite and shrimp. For real, Devin, Vegemite. Oh, but I ended up liking Vegemite. Anyway, so I make really good pulled pork, from scratch. It wasn't like I went and bought some crap pulled pork. And I make really good glazed carrots. I mean, I fix food that probably I thought everybody would like: pulled pork and carrots. And I don't know, I'm sure I had some other stuff. Osgran Jen hates carrots, hates pulled pork. So she got here and I was like, you're going to be hungry. So the next day, I probably had food planned for the next day, but I was like, that's it. I am not cooking for this woman. I'm just not cooking for this woman. She's a pain in the ass. And she did bring her own coffee, which I turned into a coffee nut like that, Didi. And when my son would go to Australia, because he worked for an Australian company, I would have him bring me back that instant coffee because I loved her instant coffee. I have to say, Aussies do have the best instant coffee. But she was the pickiest eater ever. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was just like, what the hell? So the next day she wanted to go shopping. And of course, the closest shopping to us where you can get anything even halfway decent was Joplin. So we went to Joplin the next day and went to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Tuesday Morning and Joann's. I mean, we went everywhere. And she bought a lot of stuff. And while we were there, we took her and Hubs to a steakhouse so they could get a freaking decent meal while they were in Northeast Oklahoma, Missouri. Yep. I don't eat pulled pork. You don't eat pulled pork? I love you, but not coming to visit me. You're not coming to visit me? Why, Angie? You think I'll feed you pulled pork and carrots? What the hell? But if you ever ate my glazed carrots, you would love them. You would be like, I'm going to do that when I get home. I make a lot of really good things. I'm a decent cook, not a good cook, but if I put my mind to it, I can be a decent cook. Remember, I had, well, at one time, 6 kids that had to be fed daily, multiple times daily. You don't do that and not figure out how to do something right. Correct? And there's not a meal I fix in this house that Robert doesn't get up afterwards and say, that was delicious. Thank you. I don't think they're all delicious. I'm not that stupid. But I can put together a decent meal. Unless you're Jen, in which case, I don't like nothing. Okay, I'm not going to make you, well, I don't know. We'll see how long this takes. I'm going to do this little checkerboard. This could get tedious for you guys. Now, if I'm here by myself, I could sit here and do this forever. Angie, why aren't you going to come visit me? You would love Grand Lake. You would love my house. Oh, thanks, Bossy Butt. I'll visit. I'm fine with pulled pork and carrots. Well, the thing is, they were traveling that day. And so I couldn't plan on what time they were going to get here, you know, so it's not like you could have a timed dinner. You had to fix something that when they showed up and they were hungry, you could feed them. And it's not like there's a ton of places to eat out when you come here, okay? Just a warning. I don't remember what time of year it was, but if it was off season, there are like almost no restaurants down here. Places where you can go eat. There's a country club down the road. I'm not a member, but I could probably get in. If you want to spend $100 a plate. So yeah, I don't remember what time of year they were here. It had to be warm because I remember we sat out on the deck and drank wine, which reminds me, I was going to have some of the wine tomorrow evening I figured I bought a pretty good sized bottle of wine. I didn't buy a box of wine, but I did buy a, decent sized bottle of wine, thinking there would be some left over so I could have some wine Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve with you guys. And do you know we drank it all? One day you could visit all of us. That would be awesome, Angie. It's odd that we all live here in the States and how many of us have actually met face to face. I only met Xander and CB because we were going to Australia together, which I would love to see them again. I swear to God I would. There's a trip up coming, and I'm seriously thinking about it. I just don't know about leaving Robert. Poor man. Yeah. I have met some other fibs. She was here in the March of 2017. Okay, it must have been pretty nice outside because I know we sat out on the deck and drank wine. 2017, yeah, and then we turned around and went back in 2018, didn't we, CB? And I just don't travel like I used to. I would definitely be down at CB's house if we were still going to Texas. But honestly, we're spread out across the country. I met Julie Topaz in person, and I still just can't believe Julie's gone. Because we had talked time and time again about meeting up in Branson again. I met Norma. I met another fib in Joplin. Oh, you guys would know who I'm talking about. I'll see if I can think of her name. Yeah, we just don't meet up. Now you're hungry? Leftover rotisserie chicken, mashed carrots, and gravy. That sounds good, though. I have no idea what I'm fixing tonight. I made Robert eat the last of the New Year's Eve food last night. So, other than, crackers and cheese and chips, there's none of that food left. Thank goodness. I'll dig up something. All right, this is torturous for you guys, I know. But I have to say, Dee Dee's collage this morning was amazeballs. I swear to God, and I've said it every time I watch her. Every time I watch, it's just like, oh, that was freaking magic. I didn't see that happen. And you guys have to be feeling the same way. You see the same thing that she does, and it's just like, turn your head for a minute, and it's like, oh man, she pulled that rabbit out of the hat when I wasn't looking again. How does she do that? I make really good pork chops, too. My problem with cooking is I just don't enjoy it. I don't know that I've ever enjoyed it, but the older I get, the less I enjoy it. Another thing is, I don't have a huge appetite. But if I could think of something that sounds really good, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind the time. I don't mind the expense. I don't mind anything except that nothing really sounds good to me. Even when other people cook it, restaurant food doesn't sound good to me. How do you know, Dee Dee? I love the banter between you both. Terry Brett, I hate cooking. I think you get to a certain age where you do. Dee Dee and I met on the internet, just like you're meeting a lot of us today. The difference between Dee Dee and I, one, we've done it forever. And I met Dee Dee when I attended one of her streams, and she was drawing vegetables and using Prismacolor pencils to color them in. And she had me like literally mesmerized, just her talent, just her ability. And obviously her laugh and whatever is very infectious. But I think it was more, and I think this is true of probably most of the YouTube videos, people that we watch, is you're either learning something or they're interesting or there's some reason you go back. I mean, there's a lot of videos I turn on and I don't even watch them for 5 minutes before I turn them off. They feel too scripted. They feel too, I don't know. They just don't feel real. Dee Dee is not scripted. Her wealth of information just flows off her tongue. She doesn't, she hasn't scripted anything. She tells you what she knows or shows you what she knows, and probably doesn't realize how much valuable information she imparts to us regularly. And she'll say, I know I repeat myself a lot, but you don't realize how often we have new fibs. There's a turnover in fibs. People move on to different things. They get a job, they get divorced, they, who knows? But for a million reasons, we churn people. There's been a core of us, long-term fibs that have been around forever. Dee Dee is an older fib than me. I'm actually older in age, but not by much, mere seconds. But she streamed long before I ever streamed. And there was a core group of us, Eileen, Jean, Debbie Epps, a bunch of us. Carol McDonald, I think, has been around forever back in the Ustream days. But the reason I stuck with Dee Dee, I truly think it's because she was good company. I learned stuff. I appreciated how much knowledge she had and was willing to impart, and she did it so effortlessly. And then I do remember how Dee Dee and I exchanged phone numbers. We had I don't know, Dee Dee, would you call it a stalker? I don't know I don't even know how to define, but there was a common person that was in contact with both of us outside of streaming. And she kind of got to be like a booger on your finger. We'll see what Dee Dee says. She who will not be named. Exactly. But she became very much like a booger on your finger. You freaking couldn't shake her. And it actually got quite scary. And so Dee Dee and I had talked on the phone because of that whole situation that was going on. And I think we just figured out that maybe we make each other laugh, or I don't know, but it oftentimes takes something that you have in common initially that makes you realize that, holy crap, we have a lot in common. We're almost the same person, you know? Hey, K-Berg. K-Berg has been around for a long time, just like a lot of us. So that's how Dee Dee and I kind of became friends. And then we started yakking on the phone, found out all the things we had in common. And now she's like a burger on my finger. Not really, Dee Dee. You know I don't mean that. I just couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. I will be at K-Berg's tomorrow for sure. I keep talking to Dee Dee because I love Buddy, his hairy back. Dee Dee's a good sport. I will give her that. Like anybody who can put up with me on the regular, honest to God, is a good sport. I am bent. I absolutely know that, Kat. And you'd think that I would at some point say, oh, I really need to change my ways. That's never happened to me. Like, at what age do people see the light and go, oh, I'm going to change my ways. I'm going to be a better person. I just keep digging deeper. I'm just like, I said the most obnoxious thing yesterday. Today, I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to make that seem mild. He does not have a hair back. Dee Dee, he's told me himself, you know, we can give up the trying to keep up appearances, okay? It's okay. Some men have hairy backs and we like them anyway. All right, here we go. I'm going to do more checkerboard over here. The only thing I'm thinking about when I'm doing this, honestly, is I have to keep in mind that I want the piece, when I'm done with it, to be somewhat balanced. So that's why I'll work from edge to edge, side to side or something. Yeah, he does. We tease each other. Poor man thrives on cat food. He's really quite a remarkable guy, all things considered. And I may not be done. I may go all the way. You know, in fact, I think I will. Why do I fight my instincts? And I know it feels really weird that I'm doing this checkerboard and I'm not using a ruler. I think there are times where the ruler can be an absolute distraction. I would love it if it was perfect and each square was just in its own little perfect space. This is not one of those times. So, yeah. And I'll figure out how to meld this into whatever comes next, okay? I wouldn't want to do video calls or anything like that. I don't do it with the kids, don't want to do it with the grandkids. Yeah, I'm not big on the whole video. Yeah. Because then I'd get up in the morning and feel like, oh, I should probably do my hair. Oh, I should probably put on makeup. Ah, baloney. I'm not doing any of that. I don't care how much you like me. Or don't like me, as the case may be. All right, let's get this little checkerboard going. I think that's enough weight to counter what's over there. I would like to repeat some vines somewhere. But we'll see how it ends up coming out. And a lot of pens would not like writing on top of watercolor. These IdentoPens don't seem to mind even a little bit. So that's another advantage to these pens. Not that I'm trying to sell you pens. Every time you come here, I sound like that, but for real. And Devin said she got some of those grabby acrylic markers for Christmas. Santa must have been good to her. Because she got the Isolde design book too, which Santa definitely did a good thing there. Robert and I don't do gifts because, yeah, we buy what we want when we want it, and that's it. Either sucks or it's a real advantage to being old, you know, where you don't feel that ridiculous pressure. And pretty much everybody else, I get cash or gift cards. I just go pick out what you want. At least you'll get one thing that you like. And I don't have any problem buying me what I want. But I didn't go overboard this Christmas. I didn't really buy much of anything. Those Crayola things were about the only thing. Oh, I know what I'm going to give myself for Christmas. I'm going to pay freaking property taxes. Buttholes. I don't think it's fair. Okay, now I'm going to go on a rant. Hopefully it'll be a short rant, okay? I'll try and keep it to a minimum. But I think when your house is paid off and you are a certain age or whatever, I don't know what the criteria is, but I think we should seriously look at this property tax nonsense baloney. Because the way it works out is you buy a house, you pay a ton of money for it, you pay interest on the loan, you're supporting the economy, you're being a good citizen, blah, 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 blah. But you never really own that home. You're only renting it from the government. When is your property tax bill ever settled? Can you tell me that? Okay, I'm done ranting, but I really think it's baloney. And every year it goes up, you know, like, does my income go up? Am I getting more income? I shouldn't have to pay for this forever. Not forever, because literally, if I don't have the money, I do have the money, thank goodness. But if I don't have the money, they literally will come and take my freaking home. So what did I actually buy? The luxury of living in it? Ugh. I don't know. I see I have agreement in chat. Thank you, you guys. I don't know how they could work it out, but it's really baloney. I think we should downsize. Farm taxes, go sell some trees. Now, see, the HOA fees, I will never, ever get into an HOA. Ever, ever, ever. We had one in Boulder, and it was formed after the neighborhood was built. And so there were, in our neighborhood, there were, say, 3 levels of homes. There were beginner homes, you know, smaller, closer together. Yeah, just smaller homes. Nice homes, but just smaller and less grass, less yard, you know. And then medium homes, and then the nicer homes. But there was one set of HOA rules for everybody that was started after the neighborhood was built. Like a bunch of Karens got together and decided, you know what I'd like to do when I grow up? I'm going to go around telling my neighbors what to do with their own house. How about that? Is that a goal that some dumbass writes on their when I grow up list? I want to be in charge of bossing around my neighbors? You got to be kidding me. Anyway, some of the neighbors who had lived there prior to HOA pretty much did their own thing, didn't care what HOA said. Well, then the HOA would start sending letters. You can't have 3 cars parked in your driveway. Well, we lived in a house that had 6 bedrooms. We had 4 teenagers. Each one of those teenagers had a car. Jim and I had a car. Jim and I had 3 cars because he had a company car, and then we each had a car of our own. So if you drove up to our house, you'd think 45 people lived there because there was about 7 cars. Like, I'm not kidding. And we lived on a corner lot, so it wasn't like we were imposing on the neighbors, because we could park all the way around the corner, and chances are nobody was home at the same time except in the middle of the night. But that was crazy. Would they rather they park it in front of their house? See, that's just it. It looked like there was always a party there because, yeah, I mean, 4 teenagers with cars, yeah. And that wasn't most of the time. Koki didn't get his license until he was pretty old. But honestly, like, you can't have that many cars parked in front of your house. It wasn't like they were clunkers. It wasn't like they were sitting up on cinder blocks. It was like they were nice cars that somebody was going to hop in and get their dumb ass to work tomorrow. Know what I mean? So, yeah, it was just ridiculous. Okay, there. All right, what other, where else could I put a vine? You know what? We're going to put a vine. No, because I don't want it close to that. I actually thought it would come down there. I don't want it in opposite corners, so about the only place it could go is right there. Okay, that's where we're going to do a vine, but not a big vine. Yeah, and now they charge money. What do they need money for, okay? Does anybody audit the HOA? Or do they just collect fees for, I don't know, do they host Christmas parties? We actually did have a nice park in our neighborhood that the HOA did maintain, so they did have to hire somebody to come and mow it. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure they spent that money on printer's ink to write nasty letters to the people who were paying the HOA ideas. You've only lived on a paved road twice? Jolu, don't even tell me stuff like that, because there's nothing you could tell me now. Like this whole conspiracy chicken thing, I have turned into a conspiracy chicken. I don't know who said that that quote about power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely, or something like that. I think we would be shocked if we knew the level of corruption, not just in our government. I mean, yeah, that's a given in my opinion. But I mean everywhere. Well, just this week I heard about, and I don't know, I guess when I had a real life, which I don't now, but I heard about it because Joe Biden pardoned that woman who had embezzled how many millions from that small town? That, well, it's absolute criminal. But like the level of corruption, it doesn't need to be huge. It like small towns. You got a little town, probably some clerk somewhere, treasurer, whatever. Embezzling millions of dollars. I couldn't live with myself if I took 5 dimes. You know, like I'd be in my boss's office saying, I took 5 dimes because I wanted a Pepsi. You know, like I don't know. Yeah, well, they did it in our neighborhood, Jolu. Developed the HOA. And the way they sold it was ridiculous because I don't know how long the neighborhood had been there by the time they did it. But the reason they did it was because in one section of the neighborhood, there was a family that had dogs. And I'm sure the county or whatever had leash laws or whatever, but there were dogs that their owners would just open the door and let the dogs run. And so, yeah, I'm sure that was creating a problem, you know. So that's how they justified it. You want to see corruption, have kid in sports. Oh, God, Kathy. I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just rampant everywhere. Anybody who has an opportunity to, and I don't want to feel that way. Honest to God, you guys, I don't want to feel that way, but I do. I feel like it's rampant. It's ridiculous. It makes me sick. Yeah. All right. I'm going to add some gold to this to you guys. I think you and I are on the same page politically. I'm very into American politics, half American here. Where do you live, Val? I thought you were in the United States. Is your kid a girl? No, I married a man who had 5 boys and 1 girl. So, yeah. All right. I want to do this one up here next. We'll just let this thing grow organically. How about that? That was kind of the plan. But one thing I would say for certain, and I'd be surprised if anybody in chat disagreed with me, and I don't intend to talk politics, but if what we're thinking, okay, you live in Ontario, Canada. If you don't think this after what we've just been through, then I need to have a talk with you. But we are in serious, serious need of term limits. These people that go to government and make a living off it and get rich, chances are through corruption, and then preach to me, give me a break. If I have 5 cents in the bank, it's because I busted my ass and I probably didn't buy myself something I wanted. I drove a Honda Accord for 25 freaking years. I love the car, mind you, but I wanted to make sure we had retirement. So I didn't get a new car every 3 years, okay? I didn't. So don't come here to me and talk about spending my money. Another $6 billion went to Ukraine today. I'm pissed. How do you pardon someone if they were convicted? See, Jolu, I think that whole thing needs to be seriously, seriously looked at. No one is above the law. Whatever. You know who I think the saps are? Those of us that don't break the law. Do we ever get any recognition for not breaking the law? I want some recognition around here. All right, never mind. I'm not getting recognition. I know it. But a girl can wish, okay? A girl can wish. No, I never would have committed crime because I'd been too damn scared of what my parents would have done if they found out. And they didn't have to kick my ass. I knew that if I did something, I was going to get my ass kicked. There's nothing wrong with a good ass kicking. Keeps you from making really stupid mistakes. Okay, now I'm going to get really radical, okay? Poor Dee Dee is sitting in her room just going, shut up, Janet. Would you just shut up? Shut up. Quit talking about it. But that POS that set that woman on fire in the New York City subway, I saw the news report on that and I went, that's it. I'm ready for public hangings again. Dee Dee's got her head under her pillow going, shut up, Janet, shut up. But no, that POS, I'm not kidding. We need public hangings again. Maybe it'll deter people from doing dumbass stuff like that. What did that woman do? Want to get home to her kids? Or I don't even know that much about her, but you're just trying to get home to fix your kids' dinner and somebody literally sets you on fire in a public place? How did we get here? How the hell did we get here? There you go, Judy. Leather strap. I don't know. My dad didn't have to hit us. Dee Dee's taking off. Thanks, Dee Dee. I'll talk to you later. All right. Where else? It's actually, Let's do this one this way. Well, no. All right. Making decisions here. Yeah, I think it's coming along okay. It's kind of weird when you don't have a preconceived idea in mind. I think I'll use this one. And the reason I'm changing pens is nib size. That's the only reason. But the president only gets to do 8 years. That's insane. See, I don't know, but I think we definitely need term limits. These old people can't go up there and stay for freaking ever. It's not beneficial to anybody. Definitely not beneficial to the populace, in my opinion. And I don't think it's often that we're going to have a leader that is so good that we want him around for longer than 8 years, to be honest. I can name a couple in my lifetime. No, I think we need new blood. But we definitely need younger blood. These 70, 80-year-olds trying to lead us. Yeah, I'm over that. The Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the Mitch McConnells, all those old farts, they need to go get a life somewhere other than the Capitol. Because I've had it. I've had it with all of them. And it's not one more side than the other. They both suck. Now, I love stuff like this, and that's why I wanted more of that scraping, because I love the scraped look. I really do. And I had a couple other ideas. I just can't find the space where I want to do it, but I think I'm going to. But I don't like matchy-matchy. Ugh. All right, we're going to do matchy-matchy anyway. Who cares? I don't know if you guys have read or heard much about Convention of States. It's in our Constitution. My dad had this weird rule: we could never backtalk or sass mom. That's a good rule, Judy. But he could, and he could whip anyone for any reason. 5'3" snake. Well, no, we didn't get to sass mom, but my dad was respectful to all of us as well. Another thing you couldn't do in my dad's house was take or use something that wasn't yours. And we had a house of kids, a bunch of kids. I grew up with in a family of 7. You could leave a candy bar on the table in the living room, and when you came back, it would be there, because you did not want to take something that wasn't yours. That would not fly. But my dad wasn't mean to anybody. But you knew he meant business. Anyway, what I was talking about was the Convention of States, and there's a provision in the Constitution for a Convention of States where representatives from each state get together and talk about things that need to change. And I'm kind of the opinion right now that it's time for a Convention of States. I think it's time for states to just take back the bullshit from the government. Terry Brett, what are you doing? Periods and zeros. You okay, girl? You okay, girl? Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I don't mean to piss anybody off, and I don't intend for this to be a political show. I think the thing we all have in common and that we appreciate is art. And I know with the country being so divided politically, yeah, I could affect viewership, and I don't necessarily want to do this. But I think it's time that as citizens we recognize that, yeah, something's got to change. The way we've been doing it, it ain't working. No one paid for mine either, Jolu. I'm doing one of the Days of Christmas challenge things. I'm going to finish them just for me. Okay, Terry, that's cool. You were just putting some weird stuff in chat, so it was just like, Terry, you okay? Does 0 mean I have nothing to add to this rant that she won't shut up and stop? Okay, now I don't want a thin nib. I want a fat nib. I want to get this done faster. So sorry if any of what I said made anybody uncomfortable. That's not my intent. I really get fed up. In fact, for years, I never turned on the news because it was just, yeah, it wasn't good for my life. And I still don't turn on the news very much. There's a couple shows that I watch to get my information, or I get it online. But one thing I would say is that the mainstream media, it's time for them to die. What weird stuff did I put? It was zeros and periods, and then a period and a 0, and then maybe just a period. I don't know. You're just typing gibberish. We thought you were sleeping and just gibberishing away. Now, one thing I have to say, I like the way that brown kind of flowed down in that flower. It looks like I meant that, but I didn't. It just serendipity. But yeah, it's time for Legacy Media to put a RIP on their signs. Sweet. Gibberish is often normal for me. I hear you, Terry. Thanks, Jolu. Barbara. Oh, poor malign mainstream media. It does sort of suck, doesn't it? You know, I would love if there was a place we could go and get honest, truthful news. And the thing that drives me crazy is I thought we had that for a lot of years. And I've just realized that we never had it. We haven't had it for a long time. We just thought we did. I was going to try and do a little tiny checkerboard in here, but man, that's a tiny little space. I need to hurry up. Practically everything is horribly biased one way or the other. I don't think that helps. True that, Barbara. Yep. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, I'm definitely not in this for the money, obviously. But I don't want people to come here and feel uncomfortable. That's never, ever been my plan. But one thing I have observed, and you guys can tell me if you think this too, we do have free speech and you can say what you want. But it seems like there's some faction, and I don't know if it's the government, society, I don't know who kind of has dictated this, but that if you do speak your mind, you're going to get the whole cancel culture thing, to where people are coward. They don't feel like they can speak their mind in fear of offending somebody. I don't ever want to offend anybody. I mean, I'm offensive enough just opening my mouth most of the time. But when did everybody's feelings get so raw that they're just offended by everything? When I say you cannot offend me, like, I'm not even kidding. You cannot offend me. I maybe won't agree with you, but I hope we could just have a discussion about it. Right? Exactly, Jolu. Yeah, we've got a problem with the DOJ for sure. Okay, there's a couple things that I wanted to do. Only now, oh, it's going to be so much harder. I want a big, bold, let me see. We're going to take this one. I'm going to go ahead and separate the space. I'm going to figure out a way to do cool scraping with watercolor. If it kills me. Hope I'm not sorry for what I'm about ready to do. And I'll fix these with the smaller pen. I don't know how far I want to go, so I'm going to leave that. I love watching you create. The picture is just stunning. Thank you for Oh, thanks, Judy. I wish I could just hug you around the neck. All right. The other thing that I was going to do was in this area. I don't think I want to use this, though. Okay. Here in the big area, I'll use this one. I wish I could make perfect circles with just my hand. this was in my mind kind of going to tie it all together, right? We'll see how well that works out. Bye, Barbara. Take care. We'll catch you somewhere, I'm sure. All right. Now, I think in this one. Okay. Since I was just whining about not being able to make perfect circles, we're copping out, boys and girls. We are copping out. I think we'll do a couple of big ones. Now, I shouldn't make you sit and watch me do this next part. We'll see how quick I can get it. I'm trying to preserve some of the designs in there. I may not be able to, but we're going to do our best. And hopefully you'll be able to see it when I'm done. But I want to do a little bit of the gold before I have to end. And then after I get this done, I really will try and post it. Just that week after, well, the week before Christmas just got really cuckoo crazy, and I just ain't nobody got time for that. So, yeah. I actually am looking forward to, and I feel like this after every Christmas. I'm ready for life to get back to normal. House picked up, clean, all the crap gone. Yeah, I'm ready for that. And then the next thing I can look forward to is the trees budding. I'm ready for that already. And that's 2 months. Ooh. Why isn't there a restaurant around here who will deliver? Or better yet, why the hell can't I afford a cook? All right. Another design that I will incorporate. I want one more flower. I like things in threes. And I feel like everything is flowing this way, so I'm going to go ahead. All right, we'll put this one. This is going to be weird. I like things in threes, uneven numbers. I can never seem. Dee Dee can make amazing collages and finish in her allotted time. I can't finish anything in time. What is wrong with me? Huh? Thanks, cat. All right. This one's going to be... See, this one's weird because, yeah. The idea was I wanted it kind of just like from flow to from one thing to the next, where your eyes just, it flowed, but everything just kind of smooshed into one thing, you know, like here that doesn't happen, but yeah. I don't know. I'm going to do it again and see if I can improve on this. All right, all right, I repeated this twice. I repeated this a few times, so it's good. I've got multiple flowers. I need some more circles, but I want to leave this down here probably alone. I probably won't mess with it much. The only other place I could add them, and it may be a mistake, but we're going to do it anyway. No, I have to have some borders around it to do that. All right, still thinking. Hi, cat. What is going on here? What's going on where? Okay, Ange, see you later. I don't have but a half hour left. Thank you, cat. And I want, all right, down here. I know how I can repeat the kind of circle thing. These circles are going to be all bent and goofed up, but what the hell? What the hell? I like that one where the videos on Instagram, the reels, use that. What the hell? Where the cat or something is saying, what the hell? What the hell? That's what I feel like sometimes. What the hell? I really need a new Sharpie. Okay. For this one, I've got to use a template because my brain is not going to work okay for this. Oh, that's the edge of the paper. Duh. I have two other things that I want to do. I just don't know how I'm going to get them smushed in here. Especially over in here. Kat, it's too bad you came in here late. You missed a great rant. Talking about crap that I shouldn't talk about on stream. So bad poor Dee Dee had to leave. The thing I like about this, stuff like this is you have zero control. You just have to go with whatever happens. Like zero control. And I kind of like that because in every other respect of my life, I'm such a freaking control freak that I think the fact that I appreciate the no control either means my brain is not completely broken, which I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, that there's hope for me yet. Is that what that says? Girl, there is hope for you yet. That would get so, okay. Do I do it this way? Let's do it this way. I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to find out. It's hard to make, oh no, they've got to be wider apart than that. It's hard to make kind of straight lines on watercolor paper that's so textured. And this is just B paper that I'm using, the stuff you can pick up at Walmart. I'm still liking it a lot. I'm glad I got that gold pen out because I couldn't have done this with the mica gold, if I still can at all. Let's try it. I bought this at Hobby Lobby during the great sell-off of whatever year that was. And it's not, I can't get the lid off. It's not real gold like the mica. But for something like this where I want just a line, I think it'll be okay. Man, this stuff has an odor. You could get a little wasted playing with this pen. Just saying. Can you see the... how can I get you guys to see the gold? It is very goldy, but it's still not like the mica. Yeah, down at the Walmarts. I like the earthy colors too, Kathleen. Hi. This I will definitely use the mica for. I guess I could get it out. All right, since I added that there, I think I'm going to go ahead. You know what? Probably the most expedient thing to do would be to use the gold, draw my lines with the gold, and then draw either side of it with the black. I wonder what Robert's watching down there. I'm hearing weird, weird noises. All right, I'm going to end that there. That stuff dries pretty quick. Wrong pen. Yeah, I use this one. That pen didn't want to write. Can you guys see this at all? Looks very cool. And after you decide to go for it, you just have to go. Like, you can't second guess yourself. But I definitely want to put mica on it. And I was thinking that I'd have places to add white, but I'm thinking I'm not going to have places to add the white. Not sure. Should I repeat that there? I'm thinking I'm gonna. And then I'm gonna add the circles up here. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. There won't be many. I don't want to, well, but you can see the red. Okay. All right, thinking out loud. Sorry, dudes. Okay, I'll give you guys one more hint. If you stayed this long and you're going to do the scavenger hunt, fib art will be one of the prompts. So if you have not gotten any happy mail or you don't have any fib art and you want some, start coercing people in chat to exchange art with you for the scavenger hunt, because I really want to encourage that. So if there's anybody in chat who doesn't have fib art but would like to exchange some, put your name in chat and I'll try and pay attention, and we'll see if we can't get some of you connected. You'd be surprised how talented some of these women are. If you've participated in one of the swaps in the past and you want to use that art, that is acceptable. Encouraged even. Better than leaving it in a box or a folder or someplace, you know. Actually use it where it's out and you can see it and post it for other people to see, whatever. So there's a heads up for you guys. Start saying, I need some fib art. And I might do, if I see people are trying to get some and other people aren't responding, I will try and grab names and send out some random happy mail. Maybe do some ATCs on stream or something for giveaway. I've got some already made that I could easily send out. So yeah, speak up if you know you're going to need some fib art. Let other people volunteer to help you out, or I will happily help you out. All right, and let's go ahead and finish it up. This way.
These are bad.
All right. Does that look fairly well balanced, you guys? I'm liking it. The only thing I think is I could add more down in here, but I think for right now, until I kind of figure out what either I need to balance it or whatever. Let me see if this is going to work. All right, got to shake it up so it gets more opaque. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Bossy Butt. Oh, there we go. I'm probably going to try this again because I like the watercolor on the glass to make circles. I like the circle thing, and I'm going to try and find some more way to get cool smearage. Hi, Nat. Balanced without being too balanced. See, that's kind of what the risk you run doing something like this is, that if you get it out of balance, it's never going to feel good, ever. So, yeah. And I don't know that that's something you can teach. It's more of a feeling. It either feels right or it doesn't feel right. All right, and then I got 10 minutes left. Oh, come on. Work with me here, man. Let me get the ruling pen. To add some mica gold, because everything is better with mica gold. I'm not sure where I'm going to use it all. I'm happy to exchange good art with 2 people. First 2 to ask. I'd like to do more, but postage is so crazy. That's cool. Hi, Annette. Oh, when do we get the scavenger hunt? You're going to get it tomorrow night over on Raoul Reynolds. I think it might still be in my copy and paste. Raoul is hosting the scavenger hunt. So hang on. I can't do 2 things at once. So I'm putting in a link right now for the Streamathon schedule. I'm on, let's see, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow night. And there will be a link. I'll go over the list and make my journal, and we'll make the list available via a link. It'll be on Google Docs for everybody during that stream. I'll put it up just before I go on. But the streams actually start tomorrow morning at 8:45 at Raoul's channel, and he'll talk about the Streamathon and who all's going to be on and everything. So you'll have to go over there and look and see who all's streaming, what time they come on. There is links to everybody's channel. Well, I noticed 1 or 2 people did not have links, but most of the streamers provided their links to Raoul. So if you go to hit that link that I just put in there, yeah, it'll give you everybody who's streaming, what time, and a link to their channel. So try and go. You'll probably find some really cool artists. I'm going to try and attend as many as I can and still get life taken care of. But try and support them, because, you know, they're giving up their time, and of course they want you to attend their channel. And there's some good streamers, good artists. Colleen and Kathy will be on tomorrow. I think Painty Girl. I can't remember everybody who was on the list, but yeah, go check it out. And if you can attend, that would be awesome. And I don't know that anybody expects that we're all going to be able to be there for every streamer, for the whole time. But even if you don't have time to stay, stop in and say hi and give everybody a thumbs up. You know, that helps their algorithm. So, yeah, it's free, minute or two of your time, and yep. But you might be surprised that you find somebody else to follow, and so yeah, I'm going to attend as many as I can. I'm going to at least try and stop in and say hi. And then they are going to, in years past, they have, I mean, it's been round the clock, and I don't know how some of those people who were organizing it convinced people to stream at 3 o'clock in the morning. They were probably international, but yeah, I'm on till 2 in the morning, and then when I'm from midnight to 2 a.m. Eastern time, and then when I go off, there'll be like a 6-hour break, so you can go get some sleep. And if you're on the West Coast, hopefully my time is not too late, too ridiculously late. Yeah, for people to come and support. And all I'll be doing is the cover for my journal, my scavenger hunt journal. And where's my dot tool? Your Eastern time, I seriously never get that right. I did not put the fortune cookie prompt in there, Jen, but Jen, there is a wild card. So if you particularly like doing the fortune cookie prompt, you can add that yourself. How about that? You like that? I had to get out my very cool dot tools. We'll add some little dots in here. I love mica gold. Oh, I love this stuff. Dries quick. It just, there's no downside to mica. Anyway, I think this streamathon is a good way where you can hang out with people without having to be going to a bar or doing something ridiculous. So come hang out with us. Oh, I forgot to color in the black there. Okay, I'm going to do that real quick. So you're getting the idea here, right? I will go ahead and finish this up while all the junk is out. All I really got left to do is to add the gold. And then maybe in a couple places where I just feel like it needs something else, add it. I will probably go ahead, see how down here I've outlined all this in black. I will go ahead and finish that over here. That's just so tedious. I feel bad making you watch me do cuckoo stuff like that. All right. Don't need a whole lot of gold, but a little bit of gold makes everything better. And I'll add it up here as well. All right, you guys, you got to try this. If you got something new that you just want to play with, this is a great way to mess with your stuff. Okay, Janet, is your Kuretake fluid graphite thicker than the gold and silver? Got some for Christmas, and it is very thick, Val. It is very, very thick. It's intended to be that way. You can take a little goober of it out and thin it. And I'm not sure why. It seems like I heard something. I either went on their website or something and read something about why it was very thick. But yeah, you did not get rubbish product. It is designed to be that way. But the nice thing is it's water soluble. You can thin it down and make it whatever consistency you want. But yeah, they intended for it to be very viscous. So yeah. Another thing I intend to do is, where's the cool pen Dee Dee sent me? Gotta put little veins in my leaves. Yeah, the fluid graphite is something I need to play with more too. Yeah, just another fun thing to play with. But I have to say, I was like you, that I was a little surprised when I opened it up and went to play with it. It was like, holy crap, this one must have leaked or something. But it didn't. It was meant to be that way. Jolu, I try and do as much as I can because anything I do from here on out, it's going to be obvious. It'll be a repeat of something I've already done. Like up here, I just feel like I want to make this feel more complete and clean up some of these edges that I've goofed up. But yeah, for the most part, you kind of got to see. And there aren't any rules. That's the thing. You get to decide when you're done. I could probably keep going on this. What was, oh, I was going to add the veins up here. Little things make a big difference, you know? So normally I would say I'll see you guys next week, but if you can, yeah, attend our streams during the streamathon. Raul, I just talked about it again. Thank you so much for arranging it and making it so easy and accessible to everybody. Yeah, we'll all be there tomorrow night. I am got to finish this down here. But otherwise, I think this is pretty much as done as I can do on stream. My team's time is up. But I'll see you tomorrow night for the launch of the Scavvy Hunt. And hopefully we'll have a ton of fun with that into the new year. Yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to. So, all right, you guys, go be kind. Try not to punch somebody in the face. Love you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be at the streamathon. I'm going to try and get to Raul's first thing. So, all right, you guys, go be good, okay? All right. Love you. See you. Bye.